So, kids, we're going to read a story. Do you want to read the Sneetches, the Zacks, or Too Many Daves? Can we start with Too Many Daves?
Too many Daves.
I want to see.
It's right after Zach's.
Yeah, I want to start off with the Daves. I used to have Daves memorized, but I've forgotten.
It's literally the next page.
I've forgotten the Daves. Okay, Too Many Daves. Did I ever tell you that Mrs. McCabe had 23 sons and she named them all
Dave.
Well, she did. And that wasn't a smart thing to do.
93.
93. You see, when she wants one and calls out, "You-hoo, come into the house, Dave," she doesn't get one. All 23 Daves of hers come on the run.
No, 20.
20, not 23?
20.
No.
But
20.
bum.
Bum. Oh, it's got a Dave bum. This makes things quite difficult at the McCaves, as you can imagine with so many Daves. And often she wishes that when they were born, she had named one of them Bodkin Van Horn, and one of them Hoos Foos, and one of them Snim, and one of them Hotshot, and one Sunny Jim, and one of them Shadrach, and one of them Blinky.
One bum.
Bum, yes. And one of them Stuffy, and one of them Stinky. Another one Putt Putt, another one Moonface, another one Marvin O'Gravel Balloon Face, and one of them Ziggy, and one Soggy Muff, one Buffalo Bill, and one Biffalo Buff, and one of them Sneepy, and one Weepy Weed, and one Paris Garters, and one Harris Tweed, and one of them Sir Michael Carmichael Zutt, and one of them Oliver Bolivar Butt, and one of them Zanzibar Buck Buck McFate. But she didn't do it. And now it's too late. All right, which one's next? Do you want to read What Was I Scared Of? The Zacks or the Sneetches?
This one.
This one. What was I scared of? Well, I was walking in the night and I saw nothing scary, for I have never been afraid of anything. Not very. Then I was deep within the woods when suddenly I spied them. I saw a pair of pale green pants with nobody inside them. I wasn't scared, but yet I stopped. What could those pants be for? What could a pair of pants at night be standing in the air for? And then they moved. Those empty pants. They kind of started jumping. And then my heart, I must admit, it kind of started thumping. So I got out. I got out fast. As fast as I could go, sir. I wasn't scared. But pants like that, I did not care for. No, sir. After that, a week went by. Then one dark night in Greenwich, I had to do an errand there and fetch some Greenwich spinach. Well, I had fetched the spinach. I was starting back through town when those pants raced round a corner and they almost knocked me down. I lost my Greenwich spinach, but I didn't even care. I ran for home, believe me. I had really had a scare. Now, bicycles were never made for pale green pants to ride them, especially spooky pale green pants with nobody inside them. And the next night, I was fishing for doubt trout on River River. When those pants came rowing toward me, well, I started in to shiver. And by now I was so frightened that I'll tell you, but I hate to. I screamed and rode away and lost my hook and line and bait too. I ran and found a brickle bush. I hid myself away. I got brickles in my britches, but I stayed there anyway. I stayed all night, the next night too. I'd be there still, no doubt. But I had to do an errand, so the next night I went out. I had to do an errand. I had to pick a peck of snide in a dark and gloomy snide field that was almost 9 miles wide. I said, I do not fear those pants with nobody inside them. I said those words. I said them, but I lied them.
I want to pork them.
Then I reached inside a snide bush, and the next thing that I knew, I felt my hand touch someone, and I'll bet that you know who.
It was a ghost.
It was a ghost. And there I was, caught in the snide, and in that dreadful place, those spooky empty pants and I were standing face to face. I yelled for help. I screamed. I shrieked. I howled. I yelled. I cried. Oh, save me from these pale green pants with nobody inside. But then a strange thing happened. Why? Those pants began to cry. Those pants began to tremble. They were just as scared as I. I never heard such whimpering, and I began to see that I was just as strange to them as they were strange to me. I put my arm around their waist and sat right down beside them. I calmed them down, poor empty pants, with nobody inside them.
Camouflage person.
Camouflage person. And now, when we meet quite often.
Camouflage boots.
Yes. And now we meet quite often, those empty pants and I. And we never shake or tremble. We both smile and we say, hi.
What is the bat saying hi?
The pants say hi too. The little man says hi and the pants say hi. Hey, can we sing a song together?
Can we do the play one?
The play one? What's that?
Oh, with the bouncy ball. The ball.
Oh, is that Zach's?
The Sneetches.
The Sneetches? Can we sing a song first?
No.
No, I want to sing Never Saw More. Can we sing that? Because you're so good at it.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Let's sing Never Saw More.
More.
No, ready? You need to find a good note first. Is it too high or too low? Is that good? Yep. I hope so.
Yep.
That a little higher. I never saw more. I never saw the sea. Yet I know how the heather looks and what a wave must be. I never talked with God, nor visited in heaven, yet certain am I of the spot, as if a chart were given. Oh, there's another song we always sing after that one because it's in the same key. Which one is it?
What?
Old Abram Brown is dead and gone. We'll never see him more. He used to wear a long brown coat that buttoned down before. Old Abram Brown is dead and gone. We'll never see him more. We used to wear a long brown coat that buttoned down before. And do we have any other songs we like to sing?
Oh, I like to.
What song do you like to sing?
I like to sing.
Trash song?
Yeah.
Oh, I love trash. I love it because it's trash. Anything dingy or dirty or dusty. Anything ragged or rotten or rusty. Oh, I love trash. I have here some newspaper, 13 months old. I wrapped fish inside it, it's smelly and cold. But I wouldn't trade it for a big pot of gold. I love it because it's trash. Oh, I love trash. Anything dingy or dirty or dusty. Anything ragged or rotten or rusty. Oh, I love trash. I love it because it's trash. I have here some sneakers, they're tattered and worn. They're all full of holes and the laces are torn. A gift from my mother the day I was born. I love it because it's trash. Oh, I love trash. I love it because it's trash. I think there's some more verses, but I don't know them. And I'm sure those are out of order.
No. Just kidding.
I'm not just kidding, I am. Here, sit up. We're going to read Sneetches now. Time for Sneetches. Okay? This is our last one. We're just going to read Sneetches now and we're done. All right?
That one. I was talking about that one.
Yeah, that one. The one with the... Here, sit up taller, dude. Sit up taller. You're sliding down. Okay, well then you're just going to be stuck there.
No.
All right. All right. Look! Sneetches. Oh, there we go. Now, the star belly Sneetches had bellies with stars. The plain belly Sneetches had none upon theirs. Those stars weren't so big. They were really so small. You might think such a thing wouldn't matter at all. But because they had stars, all the star belly Sneetches would brag. We're the best kind of Sneetches on the beaches. With their snoots in the air, they would sniff and they'd snort. We'll have nothing to do with the plain belly sort. And whenever they met some, when they were out walking, they'd hike right on past them without even talking.
Oh, yeah?
When the star belly children went out to play ball, could a plain belly get in the game? Not at all. You only could play if your bellies had stars, and the plain belly children had none upon theirs.
Oh.
Oh, look. What's that?
What? Oh, fire?
Yes, and it's a Frankfurter roast.
Roast?
When the star belly Sneetches had Frankfurter roasts, or picnics or parties, or marshmallow toasts, they never invited the plain belly Sneetches. They left them out cold in the dark at the beaches. They kept them away, never let them come near, and that's how they treated them year after year. Then one day it seems, while the plain belly Sneetches were moping and doping along on the beaches, just sitting there wishing their bellies had stars, a stranger zipped up in the strangest of cars. My friends, he announced in a voice clean and clear. My name is Sylvester McMonkey McBean, and I've heard of your troubles. I've heard you're unhappy. But I can fix that. I'm the fix-it-up chappie. I've come here to help you. I have what you need, and my prices are low, and I work at great speed, and my work is 100% guaranteed. Then quickly, Sylvester McMonkey McBean put together a very peculiar machine. And he said, you want stars like a star belly Sneetch? My friends, you can have them for $3 each. You pay me your money and hop right aboard. So they clambered inside. Then the big machine roared, and it clonked and it bonked and it jerked and it barked. And it bopped them about, but the thing really worked. Then the plain belly Sneetches popped out. When the plain belly Sneetches popped out, they had stars. They actually did. They had stars upon theirs. Then they yelled at the ones who had stars at the start. We're exactly like you. You can't tell us apart. We're all just the same now, you snooty old smarties. And now we can go to your Frankfurter parties. Good grief, groaned the ones who had stars at the first. We're still the best Sneetches, and they are the worst. But now, how in the world will we know? They all frowned. And if which kind is what, or the other way around? Then up came McBean with a very sly wink, and he said, things are not quite as bad as you think. So you don't know who's who. That is perfectly true. But come with me, friends. Do you know what I'll do? I'll make you, again, the best Sneetches on the beaches, and all it will cost you is $10 eaches. The belly stars are no longer in style, said McBean. What you need is a trip through my star-off machine. This wondrous contraption will take off your stars, so you won't look like Sneetches who have them on theirs. And that handy machine, working very precisely, removed all the stars from their tummies quite nicely. Then, with snoots in the air, they paraded about, and they opened their beaks, and they let out a shout. We know who is who. Now there isn't a doubt. The best kind of Sneetches are the Sneetches without. Then, of course, those with stars all got frightfully mad. To be wearing a star now was frightfully bad. Then, of course, old Sylvester McMonkey McBean invited them into his star-off machine. Then, of course, from then on, as you probably guess, things really got into a horrible mess.
Yeah.
Yes! Did I get spit on your cheek?
No.
From a sticky kiss?
You just spit me in the ear.
Oh, yeah, I did what?
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 No.
All the rest of that day on those wild screaming beaches, the fix-it-up chappie kept fixing up Sneetches. Off again, on again, and again, on again. Through the machines they raced round and about again.
It's like a swooly whoop.
Yeah. Through the machines they raced round and about again, changing their stars every minute or two. They kept paying money, they kept running through, until neither the plane nor the starbellies knew whether this one was that one, or that one was this one, or which one was what one, or what one was who. Sticking your fingers up my nose, you skunkamungus. Stop it. Stop it, you stinker. I love you. Then, when every last cent of their money was spent, look at all that money, the fix-it-up chappie packed up, and he went, and he laughed as he drove in his car up the beach. They never will learn. No, you can't teach a Sneetch.
Peep and meep.
But McBean was quite wrong. I'm quite happy to say that the Sneetches got really quite smart on that day. The day they decided that Sneetches are Sneetches and no kind of Sneetch is the best on the beaches. That day, all the Sneetches forgot about stars and whether they had one or not upon theirs. That's it.
So, okay.
You done? I think we're done.
Okay.
Thanks for hanging out, kidlets. My skunks.